In this video, I sit down with one of our clients, Eric Vargas, who's a 36-year-old finance executive at Paramount, working with some of the biggest award ceremonies you probably love and know. We're going to unpack exactly how he was able to lose 35 plus pounds while in our program, diving into the ins and outs, the struggles and the successes, and everything in between. So stay tuned, watch the entire video, and hopefully you're able to learn a thing or two from his journey. Wanted to say first off, thank you so much for doing this with me, coming to the call today. I know you have a busy schedule, you're traveling a lot as well with work, and it's just good to be able to sit down and kind of go back over these things. But before we kind of dive into the journey itself, if you don't mind just like introducing yourself, like who you are, what you do, where you're from, and all those things.
Sure. My name is Eric Vargas. I live in New York City and I work during the day at Paramount. So we have a really busy job working on all the award shows that we produce, like the movie awards, the video music awards, Kids' Choice Awards. And then at night, from time to time, I produce my own parties.
Incredible. And how old are you? And when did you start your journey with us?
36 years old, and I think I started 2 or 3 years ago. I really don't remember if it's two or three.
Yeah. Bring us back to like where we originally started. I know it's been quite some time, but where were you at as far as like your weight, your health, and your goals?
So I had hit like 215 pounds, and that's the heaviest I'd been in my life. And it was a lot of ups and downs trying to do it on my own. And I just came to terms with the fact that I needed the extra push and extra help from someone to actually kind of help me chart the path towards like the version of me that I wanted.
You tried anything before joining? I can't remember if you had ended up doing something else, or was this the first kind of thing you had actually jumped into and tried to actually start seeing momentum?
No, I didn't try any other programs. I just kind of was doing it on my own because on my own, in the past it had worked, but I
Yeah.
guess a mixture of getting older and going through my own like personal issues and mostly really the diet thing. Um, uh, I realized that I just couldn't do it on my own anymore like I used to.
Just to kind of remember where we were at when we were starting this and where we are now. So obviously this was us in the starting.
Yeah, I
Which
cringed.
you cringed. And then this is where you had been enough's enough. And you said this was close to around, I think it was in the 210 or so
Hmm.
range. Yes, right?
Yep.
And then here we are today. So bring us to where we are now.
I think I'm around 175, 180. I've been maintaining for like a month or two at that weight. Um, and yeah, no, I definitely love the way I look in that photo.
It's not every single day that someone loses close to like 30, 40 pounds in a year's time frame. So what does that feel like for you?
It feels great. I can finally like I would always so since high school I've always tried to like dress with whatever's current. And for
Yeah.
many years before I started this, I couldn't do that anymore. So that was part of what, amongst other things, where I lost confidence. Now that I look like that, I can actually dress the way I want to dress again, and I can keep on current trends
Yeah.
and feel great and confident walking outside or walking to a club or walking to a networking event.
Love it.
So that's, I think, a great benefit.
That's phenomenal. What do you think surprised you the most about actually going through that transformation?
Honestly, I think the biggest learning lesson has been diet. Like, I could have done the weight stuff on my own.
Yeah.
Um, because I had like weight training classes from like high school and college, but it did not occur to me, I guess, until like this age, how much diet actually matters. And again, I come from from when I was younger where it didn't. You could just eat whatever you want, you could still look great. But actually tracking everything that I'm making, at first tracking what I was buying, realizing how how many calories and how bad the macros were for everything that I was buying and consuming, to then cooking at home. And also realizing where I was going a little over, like maybe I was using too many oils or too much butter, and you changing things out and realizing like, I don't need 3 scoops of peanut butter in a peanut butter jelly sandwich. I just need one, and like just realizing holistically how every little bit matters and counts, and knowing how to actually uh, eat You know, it's
Yeah.
kind of like something like I had to relearn, which is I think it's something I never would have thought I would go
Yeah.
through, but that's what I was going through.
Yeah, definitely, man. I agree, and it's intuitive to know like what foods are good for you and which ones are bad for you in the sense of like quality, but the quantity aspect, like you just hit on, is usually like something that is not really inherent. We don't really necessarily always know the quantity of what we should be consuming every single day because our hunger levels sometimes change and fluctuate. It's not always 100% accurate, just basing it off of feeling. So I
For sure.
definitely agree with you there. Nutrition's a huge part of that. How have you managed with? Because you're someone that bounced around a little bit. You have things that you're out and socializing and dinners and like, do you feel like during this process it's been pretty sustainable for you to kind of mix the two and make sure you're still enjoying? Because from what I'm seeing, you're still enjoying life
Oh,
pretty
for sure. I think
good.
something I'm pretty proud of is the fact, so I'm a huge theme park nut. And the fact that I can go to like Disney World and Universal Studios and Six Flags, 10, 12 times a year, which is what I know it
Wow.
sounds crazy, but that's what I do.
That's awesome.
And still eat well and find
Yeah,
ways to eat well. Where in the past, I didn't do that. In the past, I just indulged like everybody else. The fact that I can walk into like any of these places and find the right things to eat I
yeah,
think is awesome. And
without
so
a
I could
doubt.
really enjoy myself.
Yeah, that's phenomenal, man. That's really cool that you're able to do it, especially in, I mean, amusement parks, theme parks, they're literally designed to not be the healthiest of places. Other than the
Right.
fact that you get a lot of walking in, it's usually not the best from a nutrition standpoint. So, really happy to hear that. Would you recommend anyone else that's like maybe on the fence about joining the program to get in here and start making changes?
I'd be happy to recommend this program. I think it's definitely changed my life. And I mean, I definitely remember how I was when I first reached out to you. So, and
Yeah,
I'm like it's complete 180 now. So sometimes like I watch your stuff and I'm like, I'm grateful that I joined your program because what you say on those videos, it's very direct. You're like, you're not playing any games. You're just being upfront
yeah,
and you're being direct and giving just plain advice that sometimes people don't hear because other coaches are, they have ulterior motives or they're just doing it for the money or whatever it is. Your advice is very like, this is the way it is. You could do it or not do it. If you don't do it, you're never going to get what you want. If you do it, you're going to get what you want. Like it's just very clear cut. And that's what I appreciate about what I saw in your videos, and when I look back, that's
yeah.
what I'm reminded of.